Meteorologist Mark Molnar is your host for the weather show, Weather Northeastern. Special Invest 93 coverage here. The system could become a formidable system over the next couple days. It could cause major problems along the East Coast. Let's get right into the particulars. Invest 93 heading across the Caribbean here. It's slowly inching towards Cuba, hinting that this thing could still become a tropical storm and become quite a big low center down to 980 millibars as it approaches South Florida and the U.S. East Coast here. This could be quite something to watch here. The system's still expected to continue towards the northeast, and eventually the East Coast is going to want to watch this because this system could form with the frontal boundary along this trough. Take a look at the factors here. You see this big trough along the East Coast? This system could get caught up in it, combine with it, and form some sort of a hybrid type storm here across the northeast. Now there's a lot of details that are yet to be ironed out here. This system, there's a lot of factors that need to come together for this storm. However, that being said, this storm needs to be watched because this is a very strong trough. This will be heading over really warm waters here in Invest 93, and this system could eventually head up the East Coast and cause problems here into New England and parts of the Northeast, Hudson Valley, and maybe even as far west as the Catskills, Poconos, and the Susquehanna River Valley. Let's get right into the particulars with the rainfall totals. Take a look at this. Some of these rainfall totals from South Florida up the East Coast, particularly into New England, parts of the Hudson Valley, and maybe as far west as the Susquehanna Valley, we could be looking at rainfall totals on the order of that 3 to 6 inches, with locally higher amounts to 8 inches possible. So it all depends on the timing. It will be a very fast mover, but this system could form some sort of nor'easter type hybrid storm across the northeast. There's a lot of factors that need to be ironed out. This thing could still head out to sea, but right now models are slowly inching this thing, especially once it becomes a tropical storm. We'll have a better idea of where this storm will head and how it will phase with the major trough along the East Coast. So getting right into the factors for your pattern, there is that big trough. It's almost like the east side of the trough. You can almost see the flow pattern a little bit more towards from southeast to northwest here. That is what could give Invest 93 the capability to, once it moves over the Bahamas, to eventually recurve back towards the U.S. East Coast and head inland as some kind of a hybrid type storm. So take a look at your Friday here. Still looking at a very nice day across the northeast. Get out there and enjoy it. If you got fall foliage, there is that fall foliage map. Still looking really nice, but by late in the weekend with that rain and wind potential with Invest 93, whatever happens with this storm and how it phases with this East Coast trough, you're going to be dealing with some problems later on in the weekend. Let's get right into the forecast for your Friday here across the northeast. Sunny skies. Finally, that first low pressure had moved to the east here. So look at this. We're getting into some really nice sunny skies here across the northeast. Temperatures boosted up into the low to mid 60s into your Saturday. High pressure is in control, but you start to see the formings of this trough here. Warm front moving in. Temperatures getting up into the mid to upper 60s. Even some locations cracking 70 here in the lower Susquehanna River Valley. Atlantic Plain here, Philadelphia, up to New York City. But we're setting the stage here for Sunday. Take a look at this. This is where things get a little bit interesting. We got the frontal boundary moving slightly to the east here, starting to stall out across the Susquehanna River Valley. And we start to get some moisture from 93 here, whatever 93 is at this time. And we start to entrain that moisture in. It's going to be a very windy and rainy Saturday night. Sunday here, all across the northeast, we're socked in with a lot of rainfall here on the order of 2, maybe 3 inches. And then into your Monday, look at this. This thing could really get cranking into a 979 or 980 millibar low, just slightly inland here across New Hampshire. So you're going to really want to watch for that. There's a lot of details that need to be ironed out with this storm, so you're going to want to stay tuned here at Meteorologist Mark Molnar's Weather Northeastern. But nevertheless, We need to see what happens with Invest 93, how strong it develops, and how it interacts with this trough. It's a very strong trough for this time of year. Extended outlook, Friday and Saturday look really nice, sunny skies, getting up towards the, look at that, 66. Really enjoy it, because look what happens for your Sunday. Saturday night and Sunday, at least 1 to 2 inches of rain likely. Wind, especially developing later in the afternoon. Temperatures only heading up towards the upper 40s, low 50s into your Monday and Tuesday here. Not getting much better. Major cool down in the offing, and we still could be dealing with whatever is left of Invest 93. Don't forget to like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com, it's Twitter at WX Northeastern, and Google Plus at MeteoMark.